Okay, I don't know if this is recording because my normal recording software is not working, so I'm trying this Overwolf one. But anyways, I saw on YouTube that Hazelnutty Games did a house tour of her house, so I thought, oh, I'll do that too. My house isn't super exciting like some of the other ones, but here we are at my entranceway of my yard. It's number, let's see, I cannot remember, 21? Yeah, right here, right there. That is my sibling's place, and that is one of my other characters' place, because I have 2 accounts. But yeah, we have a guild neighborhood. It's called, oh my god, why can't I remember? It is called Cedar Shade Springs. I'm sick right now, so my brain is kind of fuzzy. But yeah, okay, so here we go. This is Levi, my mage, my main mage. I have a bunch of mages, but yeah, anyways. Let's start. So, we have the Arathi Trellis, which you can get in a Priory of the Sacred Flame. You can do it on follower dungeons, so you don't actually have to worry about rolling for it. You'll just get it. And I wanted to go with a really kind of overgrown garden look in my yard. So we've got the little pathways here, and if we go here to the left, got some trees. There's my little wyvern guy. I got a little tree to keep the shade on him so he doesn't overheat or something. I don't know. The chicken house, and I am really looking forward to actually having the ability to put pets in our house and on our property, because I have to put my chickens here. We go back here. I just kind of used a mix of different plants and stuff to give it that, like I said, overgrown look. And then we have our windows, which have the planter boxes on them. I should actually, well, I ran out of space for now, but when they increase the number of spots that we can use, oh my god, sorry, I'm so sick. My brain's not working, but when we can add more stuff, I'm probably going to put stuff in the planter boxes. Anyways, we've got my little well here by the water, which, makes sense. You don't dig down and there would be water here because it's close to water. And we've got the Murloc hut, because why not? Going back through here, I did a lot of apple trees. I hope they add more trees, different kinds of trees, so that we can kind of mix it up. And then I clumped all these ones together here to make this really overgrown, bushy look. Come around here, and we got the gazebo, a little chair, you can sit down, enjoy the view. And then the fountain here, this light fountain that you get from pre-purchasing Midnight. I just thought it fit the aesthetic of the Blood Elf house. I like this better than the orcish style one, but it's not my favorite still. I would like something that looks more cottagey, but that's unfortunately on the Alliance side. And we got our little dog house, and then there's this little trellis, and there's actually, I don't know how many people noticed, but there's little fish in there. And I really like the little detail there. I like the little fish. Okay, so we're gonna go in. So the way that I did my house, I'm a role player, so I wanted to make apartments. Rather than making it one character's house, I decided to kind of go with an apartment kind of look, so that each of my characters can have their own little apartment. So this is the main hallway, of course. Oh, I really wish we could change this door though. It just does not match the aesthetic. But anyways, coming in here, I've got these little topiaries to just kind of green up the place. So if we go to our right here, this is Levi's house. In roleplay, he has a husband, so his husband does live with him too. But yeah, so we've got the Dalaran like stamp whistles mailbox, which I love that they made it functional. Terrace guard, braziers, and the Dalaran sun lamps. Okay, so we can go again. I kind of follow like I don't know what you would call it, a formula, I guess, for how I do everything in these rooms, but I always, excuse me, I have to cough. I always kind of still make them individual for each of the characters that live in each house. So Levi's a mage, his husband is a paladin. So I kind of like made this little section for his husband of like Silver Hand, even though roleplay wise he's not actually affiliated with any of the paladin orders, but I just thought it was a neat little touch. We've got the weapon racks and a fishing rack here, because his husband does like to go fishing. Now here's our little living room. Got the couch and the chairs, the table from jewel crafting. Yes, I made this one on one of my jewel crafters. Dalaran banner, and then just like little thing, incense, candles. I figured that because Levi's a mage, you know, a telescope is a suiting thing. He can observe the cosmos. And then we have various different bookshelves because, again, he's a mage. I mean, he's got and he's a scholar at that, so. And I made this one, the Drakthir, or I guess it's called the Veldraken Verdant Vase or something like that. Made that one. Here's the little kitchen. Just kind of did all the little things here, and then I got this idea from my sibling actually. So you'll see the spice merchant stand here. My sibling was like, oh, I use it as like my shelves for keeping my spices and stuff on. I was like, that's a really neat idea. So that's what I did. So I shrunk it down and made it like a little spice rack. Then we got the little kitchen table, coffee. In here, yeah, first we've of course got to have this, because he is a mage, and I did earn the title Archmage back in Legion. We've got the Cheers Guard banner. This is his little, because he is a alchemist, so I made like this little alchemy corner where he keeps all his potions and knickknacks and things that he would make with alchemy. I know this is supposed to be the rogue, like a rogue thing, but I thought, oh, it fits for an alchemist too. So we've got scales for weighing like ingredients and stuff. Okay, so and the sky banner, the Dalaran sky banner. So in this room we have the bedroom. This is like his husband's corner. His husband is a little unhinged, to say the least, and he collects kind of random things and stuff, so like I wanted to add that to this. So the player who plays his husband does come and hang out in my house with me a lot, and I'm pretty sure they appreciated this little thing here, a little train, totem up there. We've got side tables, of course, and the bed, which is kind of a pain to get up on sometimes. There we go. This is Levi's corner. Lots of books and like magical things, a wand here, and just magical things in his desk where he works, writing his research and stuff. Then I just like, when I got the Zarakoa stuff, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, because he would totally collect magical artifacts and things like that. I got this from the Twilight Highlands event right now. Just a little loungy thing. It's not super exciting, but close that. And then if we scoot across, this is just the bathroom. It's not exciting. We've got the bathtub, we've got sink, we've got like a counter with a mirror. I guess you could call it a vanity. And I made a toilet. So I used the Rust Bolt chair, and then I used the small fountain that you get from the Alliance side vendors. And then this is also a elegant elven barrel, because I wanted to kind of give the illusion that it has a tank on it and stuff like that. So yeah, and then you can actually sit on it still. It's like, yay, we can actually go to the bathroom. We have indoor plumbing. Close that, and on to the next. Oh, this is going to be a long video. I'm so sorry. If you stick through and watch it all, oh man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience and dealing with me talking and not having proper brain function right now. Yes, so this is actually one of my other Blood Elf characters. He is a hunter. He's actually Levi's cousin. His name is Torin. He's a former Farstrider captain, RP-wise, but he's very involved with like other hunter groups. He worked with the Torin. He has a respect for the Night Elves, things like that. So this is his place. He also has a husband, same player as Levi's husband, but this character is a rogue, and his name is Luca. All right, so we've got the True Shot Hunter's weapon rack, fishing rods. Of course, a hunter needs to have fishing rods. Come on. We've got a totem here, reflecting his time spent with the Tauren, and of course, mounted heads and stuff. There's going to be a few in here. This is just like leatherworking bench, and just like this is the Tauren Storytellers. I can't remember the full name of the Storytellers frame, I think. I haven't gotten the actual leatherworking one yet because I've been lazy. I can make it. I have the recipe for it. I'm just lazy. It takes too long to farm lumber. But so I use this as his tanning rack for now. And we come in and we have the kitchen here. Different kind of stove. I made this one as well. So I'm an alcoholic, and I've leveled pretty much I have leveled every profession to max pretty much. So I'm able to make a lot of the things. Though I have purchased some because, again, like I said, lazy. This shelf is empty right now, but anyway, we put this Dornic loaf on here. Looks like the knife was used for cutting the loaf. And got another sink. We've got this, which is kind of like the pantry wall, I guess. And again, the way I've used these stalls to kind of make it into racks. So we got the fruits, the spices, and the beans. Torin, my character, is not a drinker, but his husband does drink. So we've got some little alcohol things here, and of course, coffee. This is Torin's like lifeblood here, coffee. So I had to have this in here. Again, like apothecary, or not? Yeah, it's apothecary. Poisons and stuff because of his husband, who is definitely a rogue in all senses of the way. You know, we got the uncrowned banner up there. And we go in here, and okay, so they have a larger bathroom because I've always played Torin as like a lover of hot springs and stuff, so he needed to have the Boulder Springs hot tub here. He needed it. It's like it had to be a must, and it wouldn't fit in a smaller room, so I went with this. We've got just like where you'd keep the towels or any other kind of bathroom accessories, toilet paper, all that sort of stuff. And we got a little bench just to sit on, dry off, whatever. And again, we've got this little desk and sink and toilet. I realized I forgot to put a mirror in here. This is just to keep it nice and cozy and warm in the bathroom, because nobody likes to be in the cold bathroom, especially when you get out of the bath. Alright, and laundry basket there. Go out. And then we're going here is the dining room table. Some more trophies. And things that he's collected. I made this little planter by, you know, shrinking these plants and kind of putting them in here. Let's see. Oh, there's the Unseen Path banner. Bookshelf. The Hunter's Altar. I cannot remember the name of it, but yeah, from the True Shot Lodge. We got like couch. More little stuff. The little Hunter book here and some more Tauren stuff. Skyhorn banner. Another mounted thing. Some lamps. These are the Suramar lamps. And the fireplace comes from True Shot Lodge as well. And in here is the bedroom. It's small. It's not exciting. But anyway, we've got like the bed and then the little Borealis lamps here. Jar lamps and bottle lamps, I think is the correct one. Side tables, and just like storage and where they could keep their armor and all that. I hope that we get a chance to like add like actual armor racks and stuff from all the sets that we've collected, and we can like make an armory or something. That would be really cool. So that's Tauren's place. Close the door there. All right, we go down the hall more. I've used up all of my space here. So this is one of my paladins. He is single, so there's no other characters that come in here. He is a paladin, Blood Knight, also served with the Argent Crusade and Silver Hand. So his place is a little smaller. I mean, he's a bachelor. Come on, he doesn't need like a room for his bed. It's a bachelor bed. So this is his bed. Again, desk, shelves. He is a jewel crafter, so I've got this like grinding bench here. There's a box that could be used for materials or whatever, and then of course the Suramar jewel stand thing. I can't remember what it's called again. You sit on the little bench. You can look at the jewels. Made that through jewel crafting. Again, paladin stuff, silver hand, all that. Got this mace from one of my friend's endeavors, because you can actually go to your friends' houses. I don't know if everyone knows this. I'm sure most people do, but if you don't know, you can go to your friends' houses and then they might have a different endeavor than your own neighborhood, so you can actually purchase stuff from their vendors without it actually being your endeavor. You just gotta hope that they've unlocked stuff. Forge, because he is a jewel crafter, he has to smelt down his ore and all that. Again, just a little living room. I don't really like Terralian. Arator's okay, but like I was like, oh, he's a paladin, so maybe he has these like posters of famous paladins. I don't know. I just needed to use them somehow. There's nothing behind this. I just like using these shelves because they actually have books on them, and I don't have to put books on them because that's a pain in the butt. Kitchen table. These are from the Twilight Highlands stuff. Kitchen. Same old, same old. We got a thing cooking on there, and oops, how did I click that? Yeah. Then in here, very simple bathroom again. There's a little Drakthir fountain in here though. Toilet, bathtub, sink, counter with a mirror. Not anything too exciting. Close that. Alright, so that's Vantheus's house. That's his name, Vantheus Goldstream. Come say hi if you're on Wormrustic Horde, if you ever see him around. Alright, so now we go down the hall again. So this is the last 3 rooms. To our left here, my priest, another single character, so he's by himself. He's not really... He is... Roleplay wise, he's void cursed, so he's not exactly the most pleasant individual. He's not mean per se, but he's kind of creepy. And not in like a gross creepy way, but like definitely he's hearing those whispers. We come in, we got weapon racks, curtains for decoration. This corner is a little boring. I need to figure out what I want to put there. He only has one little chair because he lives by himself and he doesn't really have any friends because he's kind of scary. His name is Phileas Dawnstar, by the way. Some more bookshelves, his little kitchen. Again, not too exciting. Go over here, his work desk. He's a scribe, so you know he writes a lot. I have to add more books to this shelf, and I keep forgetting. Then we, of course, got the priest class hall stuff, like the light well, and then the void well. The pad is still here with the word of the conclave, I think. Got this out of Crucible of Storms. Drops off the first boss. I was like, that's perfect for a priest, especially a creepy void priest, shadow priest. Little drawn eye thing. It's a Naru. I thought it fit. And then we've got the Suramar dresser, and of course the conclave banner here. Suramar bed. This bed is huge. Like, I did not resize this, of course, and anyone who has it will know. Like, yeah, that's huge. Takes up a lot of space. Anyway, so that's like the main part of his house, and then we go in here again. Simple bathroom, vanity, bathtub, sink, toilet. Nothing too exciting. We're gonna go out, and across the hall is where my warlock, who is absolutely crazy. He is not evil or anything. He's just crazy. He wants to raise an army of demon hunters that are under his command because he thinks that, well, they're demons, right? Why can't I control them? He is a little crazy. He does have one demon hunter who's like signed a contract with him as just to humor him. Truth be told, they're kind of together partners in a weird way. But he actually is in love with the demon hunter. Again, same person as Levi's husband, Torin's husband, same friend that plays that demon hunter. But I thought this was kind of fun. This with the portal can be a pain to get in sometimes, but there we go. So we have weapon rack, Illidari stuff for his demon hunter minion, quote unquote, which is actually not the case, but he's, yeah. And then an Illidari banner. I need to add more stuff to this little cupboard. Of course, I went with like gross green fell colors in here. This is one of my more unique rooms though, so like, okay, we've got the little kitchen over there, obviously, and then living room. And there's the Dreadscar bookcase. In here, another small bedroom, not anything too exciting. Just there's a desk, and even though he's an engineer, so like you'd think he'd have engineering stuff, but I haven't really collected much in the way of that. So I made this little thing. So you go up these stairs. You have the Black Harvest banner here, and the Fell Legion communicator, and some more just like class hall stuff. for the Illidari and for the Black Harvest and all that. And I did this cage and used it as a candle holder. Just thought it was kind of neat. And then I made this little section. This was originally the bathroom, but then I got more space and I was able to add a different room on. But I still wanted to use this because I really thought this was neat. So this is his drafting table for engineering stuff. And then just like a little work area, I guess. And he worked with goblins a lot. He learned engineering from it. He's like really obsessed with blowing things up. So again, simple bathroom, nothing exciting, but we do have that. So yeah, his name is Pythian Shadewind. His partner is Cass, or Cassiron, I think is. I'm not sure. I have to ask my friend actually how you pronounce it. But we don't talk on voice chat very often, so. Okay, this is the final room here. This is my Death Knight Tyrion. Now, he is the father of Torin and the uncle of Levi. This Tyrion's Sunstriker. And he was, in life, he was a hunter as well, like a kind of Farstrider, runs in the family, right? And then he fell during, of course, Arthas's attack, and that's when Torin actually got promoted to Ranger Captain. So, taking the place of his dad, because his dad was a Ranger Captain. We've got the little Illidari weapon, or not Illidari, Death Knight weapon rack. More fishing rods. So I kind of like tried to add a little bit of hunter influence in here because, you know, he still kind of thinks back on his life as a hunter. Just a little simple little setup here. This is the Suramar fireplace. We've got the kitchen, which is a little bit different. It's in the middle. Again, I still have to add stuff in here, but we've got some of the Kaffa stuff from the Grummel Endeavor. Nice little sitting area. Again, he's a bachelor, so like his wife died way before he died, and so he's just been kind of on his own since then. But some more, you know, Death Knight stuff, the Forge, and Book of the Dead or something like that. The little Acris work table, and then I added the floating book here, and then we've got the Ebon Blade banner, bed, storage, you know, that's how it is. But yeah, that is my Horde house. Do have Alliance house. I kind of laid it out the same way, but it is still different from, oh god, I have such a bad cold right now. It's different from this one, of course. I have different characters living in there. It is a mix of Horde and Alliance characters that live in the Alliance house, so I will do a tour of that one next, but that'll be a different video because this one's long enough. So all right, well, thanks for watching if you did, and thanks for sticking to the end. I'm not a YouTuber, nothing like that, but you know, if you want to watch my video and stuff, that's cool. Maybe I'll get into YouTube if people actually engage with me in some way. Just don't be a jerk. I don't like jerks. Okay, that is going to be all. Thank you again.